Yo, what's good? Welcome to this edition of Gaming in My Mama's House. My name is Super Dave, and today we play the PlayStation 2 remake. It's Shadow of the Colossus live in my mama's house. In recent years, the PlayStation 4 hasn't really been given really dope remakes. We take a look at The Last Guardian, that failed to live up to its height. Shadow of the Colossus is a game that redeems itself for PlayStation 4 lovers. The PlayStation 2 remake has been built from the ground up to give you and me a completely new game. Those who played the game on the PlayStation 2 would attest to how beautiful the game looks now. Player of Shadow of the Colossus, and to me, it's a pretty stunning game. The environment itself is pretty beautiful. It's quite a lonely game. One thing I picked up while playing the game is that usually on your way to defeating a boss or to defeating a certain character in the game, you encounter other characters in the game or other thrills and spills that the game throws at you. While in Shadow of the Colossus, there's none of that. It's just you and the Colossi, and your job is to find the monster's weak points. So each Colossi is a different challenge and needs you to figure out how you're going to take it down. The beauty about Shadow of the Colossus is that there's hints. It's quite a lonely game. Randomly, there's a deep voice that comes from the heavens that hints on what you need to do if you are stuck while trying to defeat a certain monster, which comes in handy. I think it's a pretty brilliant game, quite lonely at that. So just like I told you, in between you defeating each boss, there's nothing. It's just a beautiful open world setting. Some butterflies flying around. I don't know, were those squirrels or rats or raccoons, whatever those little creatures are, also just like running around. But each setting where each colossi is spectacular. It's different. Some areas are dark and gloomy. Some areas are bright and beautiful. Some on top of mountains. Some are underwater. So the game's landscape is quite varied. It's quite big, and as lonely as it seems, it gives you time to think about how you kill the last colossi and what your approach might be when taking down this new one, because each one presents a completely different case, and you need to vary your attacks, you need to vary your methods. That's where the game's problem solving element comes in, and that each colossi is a puzzle itself that you need to figure out on your own. The game can only hint at what you need to do in the beginning of taking down the colossi, but as you progress, it's all up to you, and you need to identify the Colossus' weak points and how you need to get to those weak points. So, along this epic journey, Wanda, our game's lead character, is accompanied by Zos Agro, quite the stubborn character that usually, if you played Assassin's Creed Origins, you usually just hopped onto your horse and camel, push the left thumbstick, and the horse just moves. Well, with Agro, it's slightly different. You have to encourage Agro to move, so you tap on the triangle button on your controller and encourage him to move. So and he's very reluctant to move. So, and it's a constant thing, because if you stop tapping, he doesn't move automatically. So your trusty steed in this case forces you to be engaged during that whole process, from moving from one point to the game to the other, where usually you just like switch off in between the monsters, because there's nothing to do in between. Nonetheless, I didn't find any flaws in the game. I think the game is pretty cool. Aggro, tapping the triangle key to get aggro to move from one point to another. I'm in between with it, because sometimes it was okay, cool, I'm involved in the game. On other occasions, it was, man, can we just get there, So that's how I basically feel about it. I think this is my first 10 out of 10 game for the year. Shadow of the Colossus is a pretty excellent game. Check it out. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page. Just search for the It Is Guide to Game on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter at the It Is Guide to Game. Yeah, man, don't forget to smash that subscribe button right here on YouTube. My name is Super Dave, and this is Shadow of the Colossus live in my mama's house. David, hello. Hi, how are you? Well, thank you. Yeah, how can I help you? Okay, how can I help you, lovely lady? You know what? I can't talk right now.